to do the thing I usually do. Hey you, come on, sit
Whoa!
down. You're sitting at
Whoa!
the grown-ups table. I'm your host, Jesse Pimpinella, and as always, my partner in crime.
John
Thank
Jacobs.
you so much, and a happy Wednesday to all of you. Thank you for joining in. Today, we will be talking about is it or is it not a Christmas movie? All right.
Mm.
This is something I like to call, I termed it, but probably people have better terms. I call it the Die Hard dilemma. You know what I mean? Because basically, there are a lot of movies that have been debated. Is it a Christmas movie? Is it not a Christmas movie? And Die Hard has always been kind of like the root movie that everybody talks about, but it's
The
expanded
go-to.
into other territories. So we're going to be talking about that essentially. You know, is it a Christmas movie or a movie that just happens during Christmas time? Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you follow us anywhere you are, whatever social media you're on. We do this show every Wednesday, 7 p.m. live. And right now, like I said, we're having an open discussion about these Christmas movies. So if you got one that you want us to talk about, put it in the comments section. Just go down there, click in whatever movie. We'll talk about it. We'll debate it. We'll see if it's a Christmas movie or just a movie that happens during Christmas. We are ready to go to have some good talk, but we can't have some good talk without our good friend joining us on the show today.
Who is it, Jesse? Who is it? Who
It's
is it?
Darth, everybody.
Oh, Darth is
Darth.
back.
Hey, everybody.
Thank you so much for joining us, Darth. We're really happy to always have you on, man. It's been a while since we had you. I think the last time, were we talking about Marvel or what were we talking about? It was a while ago.
It was a long time.
Probably a Marvel movie
Mm.
event,
I
something
think
happening.
we're talking about Phase 4, but now we're in Phase 5, man. Which, you know,
I know it's a different episode, but it's just a joke at this point.
I will say one thing about it. Did watch Loki season 2. If they keep putting that in the recipe, we're gonna have a good phase. But consistency is key, and giving and delivering that type of content is important. But that's enough of that right now. So yeah. Anyways, Darth, thank you so much for joining us for this holiday episode. And so we're gonna start talking about what makes a movie a Christmas movie. We're gonna get to the root of this whole entire conversation. You know, so I open this up to the table. Anybody can jump in here. What makes a movie a Christmas movie? Is it has to take place during Christmas? Does it have to deal? Does it have to physically? Does the plot have to literally happen upon certain elements of the holiday? What is it that really defines a movie and it being a Christmas movie, you guys think?
Start us off, Darth. I know you're very passionate about this, so I want to hear your.
I am in the anti-Die Hard
Of course, he is.
camp.
Right here, the Die Hard dilemma. Right here. That's fine.
Right. So to me, a Christmas movie the spirit of Christmas has to be there. It doesn't necessarily have to be set. It should be set at Christmas, obviously.
Yeah.
But there should be some sort of overlying Christmas theme to it, not just it happens to be at Christmas time.
Like, what would be a Christmas theme that you are trying to get into? Like, what is a good example? Is there a movie that you're thinking of right now? It's tough.
So many Christmas movies.
I know. I was thinking about this.
Harold and Kumar's Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. In the theater with our buddy Mark, Darth.
Let's dig into that.
The one that we don't hang out with anymore.
Why is that movie come to mind? What is it about that makes you go Christmas movie? Besides Christmas and it takes place during Christmas.
It to me it generates a feeling of Christmas. It generates that the goodwill towards men, goodwill towards people. Brings everyone together. It's also just kind of like a feel good type of movie, set at Christmas. This one has Santa Claus in it. And just it's trying to bring people together at a good time.
Those are very good, strong points. Now I will lob this back at you because I bet there will be people that ask this question. Wouldn't you say Die Hard does a few of those things?
No.
So let me jump in and immediately interject.
Okay. Interject.
So I apologize for the first couple of minutes. We explained this 100 times. I share the links to multiple different places once we go live. That's why I'm on my phone for the first couple of minutes every time we start. But I was also looking up just like some other people's like definitions and things of that nature. So coming from premiumbeat.com, this is how they kind of define some of those standards for what constitutes a Christmas film. So I'll just read it verbatim.
Okay.
And this is as of last year. So this is a recent kind of epiphany. Okay.
So,
this isn't something from the 80s, right?
One point in your way, he's using outdated evidence.
I'm sorry. A year.
12-month-old evidence.
So typically, some familiar tropes or reoccurring themes in Christmas films include a love story. Die Hard had it.
Die Hard.
The redemption or transformation of a Scrooge-like character. Die Hard had it. A family coming together for the holidays. Die Hard had it. And the importance of tradition. Die Hard had it. So
wait, hold on.
Hold on. What tradition did Die Hard
I will
have?
give this thing. Listen, John, I am so pro Die Hard being Christmas movie, but I have to agree with Darth. What's the tradition?
The swanky, sleazy corporate office Christmas party.
That was the first time they had that Christmas party.
Doesn't matter. That's a
how is that a how is that an importance of a tradition?
Because there is a corporate tradition of having parties. Just because this company had it doesn't mean that it's not a tradition for corporate America to host swanky Christmas parties, which is the whole reason he was there. A Christmas party on Christmas.
Ooh, this is
Christmas lights and Christmas music.
This is dicey. I will. The tradition thing, I like.
But I understand. Go ahead, Darth. I'm sorry.
Isn't this just an action movie set at Christmas?
Ah, yes. But again, according to these standards that we have, it doesn't have to be. So the way I like to word it, and this is obviously completely subjective, but the way I like to word it is it a film about the spirit of Christmas? So that's your Santa Claus. That's your Grinch because it's Christmas Eve and he's stealing Christmas, right? So spirit of Christmas things. And then you have films that are rooted, take place, and Christmas is a part of the film in terms of the season or the date, but it's not necessarily the spirit of Christmas. But that doesn't automatically void something from being or not being a Christmas film. It's not just a one-dimensional thing. There's multiple things that can make it to be a Christmas film. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, set in Christmas, big deal. So if we did a movie, and let's say it was an action movie, and there was nothing about Christmas, and I'm just inventing something to throw Christmas in. Let's say it started to snow at the end of the movie, and the hero's like, oh, looks like we're entering in the holiday season. That's not a Christmas film, okay? Because that's just shoehorning something in to try to make it. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about something that it is a part of the film, whether it's Spirit of Christmas or Seasonal Christmas. Jesse, go ahead.
So let me interject right there. I'm glad you brought up that point. So
yes.
My first point is, now let's put Die Hard and Lethal Weapon on a scale.
Okay.
All right. Now, would you say that Lethal Weapon is in line with that Christmas theme? Because it does start off with Jingle Bell Rock, does take place during Christmas, but do we feel like that plot can still happen without it having to be during Christmas? Like it could have been Easter.
Yeah, sure. Same with Die Hard. Yeah,
it could have been Easter Sunday, and Mr. Joshua was getting his ass handed on the lawn.
Yeah, it didn't even have to be. It didn't even have to be a holiday. It could be a.
Did you just say Die Hard could have taken place at Easter and it would have been the same movie?
No. I said Lethal Weapon.
No, I'm asking John.
Well, when you
just
say when I say same movie, of course you can interchange the season that it's set in. Just like,
and how is that a Christmas movie?
Any film. But you could do that for any film.
All right, cool. I'm going to start including
unless
Batman Forever. Not Batman Forever. Batman, the second one. Batman
Returns. That is a Christmas movie.
That is a Christmas movie in the same regard.
It happens at Christmas.
But that doesn't mean it's... So here's here's where I believe the division happens. I believe the division happens with the whole Spirit of Christmas thing. There's people on one side that say it has to be Spirit of Christmas in order to be a Christmas film. And there's another side of people that say it doesn't always have to be Spirit of Christmas. It can be set during Christmas. It can be set during the holiday, that 3-week period where they kind of all converge. It could be in December, so people still have lights up and there's a tree up and there's Christmas music, but it's not about Santa Claus. And I think that's the hurdle to get over, and that's what the argument is if it's not about Spirit of Christmas, it's not Christmas. And
so in John's world, if
no,
it's
don't say
Christmas,
that. It's not my world. It's
a Christmas movie. Eyes Wide Shut, Christmas movie.
Yes.
Catch Me If You Can.
I mean,
Christmas movie.
Yes.
But what you're doing, Darth.
What I'm doing is saying
no.
Exactly what you said.
No, what you're doing is you're taking the words that I said and you're adding them to an extreme where only one end of the extreme is possible. And what I'm saying is that for a Christmas film, or even an Easter film, or a Thanksgiving film, or a Halloween film, it doesn't have to be about like the mythos of the holiday. It can be set in the holiday, but at the same time, that is a sliding scale. I'm not saying it has to be as in your face set on Christmas Eve as Die Hard is. And then to your point, Eyes Wide Shut taking place during the holiday season. I'm not saying either one of them are not Christmas films. What I am saying is those two films specifically, one, it is much more apparent and it looks like there is effort made to really say and demonstrate this is Christmas, whereas the other one, it may be more in the background. But I'm not saying it's not, but it's a sliding scale. You can't just do this one extreme or the other with this.
Let me throw in another thing because
No, hold on, Darth. Agree? Disagree?
No, I want to hear what John has to say.
I just want to throw out another aspect to this idea, because this whole idea of a sliding scale, because like there is both points to be made whether a Christmas movie, like I said, both you two have made valid points, and now I want to see what you guys think about these two ideas, because now we talked about something that happens with during the Christmas doesn't always qualify it. It could. Now, what about this movie? So could this movie not be considered a Christmas movie?
I mean, I would say no, because I think in the example of Home Alone covers both Christmas holiday and Spirit of Christmas stuff. Now, obviously, Kevin's not going to the North Pole meeting Santa, but there is the magic of Christmas because Kevin still believes in Santa. He's kind of like wishing to Santa that he wants his family back. You know, Christmas Eve happens. He does the whole leave milk and cookies out type thing. He thinks when his family comes back that was the Christmas miracle. So I do think Home Alone actually covers both, but I really want to know what Darth thinks.
I agree with Home Alone being a Christmas movie.
Mm-hmm.
You've got also the goodwill towards all men. It's, of course, Kevin. Yeah. At the beginning of the movie is terrified of his neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
At the end, he's best friends with them.
Herbert from Family Guy.
He gets his Christmas miracle with his mom and everyone coming back on Christmas Day, and it builds you up and gives you that warm, fuzzy feeling inside. So yeah, Home Alone is a Christmas movie.
Excellent. So here's one thing that I'm hearing coming out of both of your guys' points. I just want to see if you guys agree or disagree on this. But it seems that if the movie either subverts an idea of Christmas or plays upon an element of Christmas, now does that deem it to be a Christmas movie, or is that not enough to deem it to be a Christmas movie?
Jesse, you should put Casey's last comment, or second to most
Yes,
recent.
this is what I'm kind of going at.
Yeah, because I think that kind of addresses it. Christmas themed movie versus Christmas movie taking place at Christmas time. Darth, is that kind of what your position is?
Take the second Christmas out of that statement. Christmas themed movie versus movie taking place at Christmas time. That's pretty much what we're looking at.
So you mean so basically like what was it?
So it's a Christmas themed movie, or movie during Christmas.
Yes.
So John's on the thing of if it's taking place at Christmas, it's a Christmas movie. Correct?
Sure.
You've got that. And that's pretty much what most people are saying at Die Hard.
Now let me ask you this, Darth. Do you feel that Die Hard subverts any expectations of Christmas or plays upon any of the elements of Christmas time?
There is a Christmas party going on,
mm-hmm.
but you can replace that Christmas party with any holiday party.
Yeah, sure.
Now that is true.
And
you can't do that
the
with
movie.
anything.
Still makes 100% sense.
It's a slippery slope, though, with that reasoning, though, because there are adaptations of the Christmas Carol that aren't Christmas carols.
Right.
Yes, that's the only thing. So, I mean, I think, is there anything? Do you feel besides the Christmas thing? Do you feel it fails anywhere else with those?
Well, which definition are we going off of?
No. So let me rephrase the sentence. Do you feel that Die Hard doesn't subvert something directly? The Christmas party is happening. We could debate that all day.
No,
we could debate that going one way.
I don't think so.
The other way. So you don't believe it subverts anything on a Christmas themed level?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Okay. John,
but if you can convince me.
Well, that's what we're trying to talk about. Yeah, the Christmas party is the reason why it's hard. You could debate that either way, going back and forth forever, because like the Charles Dickens Christmas Carol, you could turn that into an American Carol where it's about 4th of July and change storylines, or you could change it to Valentine's Day and then you get Ghosts of Girlfriends Past. But the question is, like, what is something directly being subverted that makes it ultimately a Christmas story? I mean, it could go both ways. This is that's why the Die Hard dilemma is what it is. It could be debated forever and ever and ever. So, John, let me ask you this. Do you feel that Die Hard subverts anything directly about Christmas or any Christmas themes or anything to that nature?
Does it subvert? I don't understand what I'm being asked.
It plays upon the ideas. It plays upon the themes. Like, for example, how They Live, John Carpenter classic, it subverts the ideas of capitalism and what it is and how it's we are controlled by these outer beings through the use of capitalism so that they can rule over us. So does this take a theme of Christmas, an idea of Christmas, and focus it through the lens of an action movie so we could see something different?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is there's the whole consumerism piece to it. There's the whole greed to it. There's the whole quest to acquire something, which is really what the holiday has become. It's been that way for decades. I mean, even when we were, Darth and I don't, you were born in like 1998, so it's a little different. But, when Darth and I grew up, Christmas was kind of a bigger deal, I think, than it was now. But it was already still focused on, it was Black Friday, go spend your money, buy, just like all the other holidays or Hallmark holidays. So I think they exploit that in Die Hard by making it terrorists attack a brand new corporate building that just happens to have one of the most secured vaults ever, with all of this, just like a plethora of wealth hidden in this, and they are going to kill anybody they need to acquire that on Christmas. And what is their escape plan? To get on the roof and fly off in a helicopter. Could be kind of compared similarly as a sleigh. So I think there's a little bit of...
That wasn't their plan, though, John. They were going to use...
Here we go.
Darth has a point. That wasn't the exact plan, though. They were going to blow off the roof.
They had an ambulance in the parking garage that they were going to get out in.
Anyways,
I see what you're saying, though.
yes.
But John, to your point, I will
point.
give you a point. John, to your point, I will say 12 terrorists, 12 days of Christmas.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. But no, so I think that
I'll give you that. But I gotta give Darth his point.
that's where we're coming. And I mean, we could even take it one step further, and we could say that this is the Grinch and his Goon Squad. They're coming to steal Christmas, and they don't care who they have to shoot in order to steal Christmas. Grinch never killed anybody.
So
These guys are taking lives, man.
Are they? Who are they stealing Christmas from?
Oh, they're stealing Christmas from the rich corporate officer team. Nakatomi, man. So doesn't matter who you're stealing it from, they're still essentially in a roundabout way stealing Christmas.
The true Christmas miracle of Die Hard is that we got Family Matters, the sitcom. All right.
Now I do have one question for Darth, and I hope that this episode isn't getting lost in translation to people. This is not a debate about Die Hard.
No. We're going to go into other movies.
But I just don't want people to think it's just me arguing about is Die Hard Christmas or not. But
we're going to talk about other movies.
I do have a critical thinking question for Darth. So, Darth, in Die Hard, if the terrorists were wearing Santa hats, would you be more bought into it being a Christmas movie? And I mean that, I know I'm smiling, but I mean that dead serious.
No.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Interesting.
Now, John, I have a question for you, though.
Oh, yes, please.
So, if Die Hard is a Christmas movie, can you name me one other Christmas movie that has a sequel that's not set at Christmas?
Wait, what does that have to do with the original film?
I'm just asking a question. Is there any other Christmas movies?
Actually,
I don't know. I'd have to look it up. I can't rattle it off the top of my head.
I mean, you can't think about it.
Well, that's an obscure question. I mean,
can I refine the question? Because I know where he's going. I actually have this point in my rundown. So, Darth, I just want to make sure I understand it. You're saying that a movie that starts on Christmas that is tactic and has a sequel that does not take place on Christmas, correct? But it can't be a movie that has a sequel that takes place during Christmas and then reverts back, correct?
I don't understand the point of asking that question. It seems irrelevant to me.
He's trying to. What he's asking is, so I'll put this example up because I know what he's asking.
Okay.
Wait, hold on a second. Where is?
Yeah, if you have a bumper for it, just put it on there now. Let's move into
Die Hard worked with Die Hard 3.
Oh, okay. Oh, Die Hard 3 was awesome, man.
Yes.
I know
so
that.
What he's trying to say is, can a movie that began as a Christmas movie escape the Christmas element?
Oh, I got you. Yeah, I would say so.
So the question
is, any other ones?
Well, I mean, we've got an example right here. I mean, again, like do you want me to sit here and stare at this and try to find? I wasn't really thinking that we were going to talk about that. So, if you really want to make,
I'll give you some time to look. So let's go to the comment section real quick because there's a lot of comments happening right now.
I also think this is a moot point to take up time.
Oh no. Yeah, we're gonna. I have us at 25 switching gears. But I want because basically you got what I'm trying to do right now is to debate a little bit to establish some rules and conflict so we can apply it to the other movies. Because to Darth's point, he's saying that if a movie can leave the Christmas theme behind, that it could transcend the movie theme, much like how Christmas Carol can transcend its themes to become not a Christmas movie.
Yeah, but
the question is, but that's a slippery slope. The slippery slope is just because you can transcend, does that make you never a Christmas movie before or after? And that's what we're going to discuss with the future things I have. Again,
I guess I'm hung up on the specifically asking for
this will always be an egg and chicken debate. It will always be an egg and chicken debate. There will be people that see the egg and only the egg, and there will be people that see the chicken that only see the chicken. For me, Batman Returns, I will always argue that is a Christmas movie, but I know Darth will debate me under the table saying it's not. Correct, Darth?
Oh no, I don't know.
Yeah, this is.
I just don't know.
Right now, that's what we're trying to set up. We're just trying to set parameters. We're setting rules. Casey brought up the whole idea. You don't have office Easter parties. Not yet. Let's just hold on. Maybe we can do it soon.
Like the question is so obscure, I can't even find like lists or articles
actually
about
interesting.
it. Because, like that's such a weird question.
It is a good question. It is an interesting question. I think there is. Oh, actually, holy shit, Darth! I actually know the answer. Holy shit, I actually know it.
What?
It's A Summer Story. Not a lot of people know that movie was made, but it was made.
I think you're right. I never
you
watched it,
know
but I
that.
know what you're talking about.
So,
Because that's the true sequel to A Christmas Story.
Gene
Well,
Shalit,
before they did the newer one,
the
but
newer
that
ones
was
also. So
that was the sequel. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
There you got your example.
But then to Darth's point, did that movie do well? No. So to Darth's point, I
didn't even watch it, man.
Yeah, to Darth's point, it didn't do well. So the question is, did it succeed in transcending its theme? So that's a good point.
I would say no, but there's a lot of factors into that too. You've got production value and writing and acting, and I mean, I think maybe there might have been one or two returning characters, if that. I think the rest of it was all
Lethal Weapon was a movie that kind of did that. So, but I mean, a true Christmas movie that escapes its Christmas themes. If anybody can think of one that escapes its Christmas themes, please let us know. That Darth brought up a very good question.
Let me look at it a different way now that I'm understanding a little bit more of the substance behind this. Let's see here.
But Darth, that's what you're getting at. A movie that totally escapes.
Yeah, so it starts out as a Christmas movie and then comes out to have a sequel. Not a whole lot of Christmas movies have sequels.
No.
Right. Or if they
that's what kind of makes
Christmas film.
Die Hard. It's different, but it's the first one is a Christmas movie. A second one is a Christmas movie. The third one, it's Dead Summer. Fourth one, I don't even know.
Fourth one is July.
I've got an interesting one that kind of like it's what Darth is talking about, but it actually puts it in the middle. Whoa, I hate Reddit so much. Oh my god. I hate Reddit. It's just a disaster. But I did find this on here. It actually triggered me because I was looking at somebody's list. So we're talking about a Christmas film that's a Christmas film, and if there is a second one made, is that second one able to transcend the Christmas theme to a different theme? So I have a reverse example, which would be National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, because we had Vacation, European Vacation, not Christmas films. Then we had the Christmas
but
film,
I mean, you can have movies do Christmas specials. Guardians of the Galaxy did a Christmas special. But that's Iron Man 3 technically is a Christmas movie, according to John. Batman Returns.
According to me, this is not a debate.
No, it's not. I think what Darth is asking, this is why I was trying to frame the question. A movie solely started from a Christmas movie. No, nothing before it. That's an interesting question. If anybody can answer that.
Home Alone is a Christmas movie. Home Alone 2 is a Christmas movie.
Yep.
Home Alone 3.
Not a Christmas movie. None of them were Christmas until that most recent shitty one on Disney Plus. That went back to Christmas. But the other ones, I think, weren't, right? Like the third
I believe all three of them were set at Christmas.
Wait.
No. Three was like in the summertime, I think.
Home Alone 3, no, it was. Home Alone 3 was in the wintertime, but hold on one second. I don't think I've ever seen a Christmas. Oh, wait, no, there is Christmas trees. Never mind. Sorry. I just watched last night. Listen, I love Home Alone 3.
Okay, maybe I was wrong. I thought for sure this wasn't about Christmas, though, Home Alone 3.
It is. They just don't play into the Christmas theme that much. Gremlin, hold on a second. The Harry Potter movies, I love how, like, if you remember the marketing, they made those first two movies come out around Christmas, and they always had that big Christmas theme. And then as soon as Prisoner Azkaban, they're like, we're ditching Christmas theme. But Harry Potter movie almost counts, but not entirely. Doesn't count. Gremlins, horror. It's this one. It's because it's not solely a Christmas movie. It doesn't count. But I wanted to.
I would.
You count
Gremlins and Gremlins 2. I would. It's tough because Gremlins. The Mogwai was a Christmas present.
Yes.
I actually have
during
that point.
Christmas.
I actually have that point. Dad gives a dangerous gift to his son.
Yeah.
It's like getting the chemistry set when you were a little kid. Oh, let me set this kid on fire.
Gremlins good. Gremlins good. Gremlins good. Okay, so Gremlins.
Right, and Gremlins 2 is definitely not set at Christmas time.
Which that was just Joe Dante's F you to Hollywood. Because like I love how Joe Dante literally made fun of the first Gremlins movie with the second Gremlins movie. Because then the one chick, she has like a sad story about that happened during President's Day, which was making fun of the Christmas monologue, which I always thought was hilarious. I always thought that was so funny that Joe Dante's like, F you, I'm going to do what I want with this movie. But yeah, no, you're right. This one could count. But if anybody can answer that question, a Christmas movie that's no longer a Christmas movie, I'm so fascinated by that.
The
closest thing I can get is Summertime Story. That's the closest thing I can truly get as a movie that left its Christmas bearings behind.
So according to the Home Alone wiki fandom, Home Alone 3 is the only film in the franchise to not take place leading up to or during Christmas. Instead, it takes place weeks after Christmas. This is proven by the following, then we goes in this whole thing about where it lists its examples to this. So it takes place after Christmas. So Darth, what about that? What about if the film takes place on December 26th? Is it null and void as Christmas because Christmas is technically past, or is it good because it's still the holiday season leading up to New Year?
Well, it kind of comes back down to like, is A Wonderful Life a Christmas movie?
Oh, I got that. Don't talk about that yet. I got that.
Right.
Darth, you said the word. We got to bring it up. Let me go to the
comments real
quick. Darth knew my playlist today. Like, it's crazy. Like, Darth would it's almost like Darth hacked my computer and he knew all the shit I had planned. Because like,
Jesse, what you don't know is I'm in the other room.
All right, so yeah, hold on a second. Let's see. Perfect second one. Oh, one second. Gremlins is perfect. The second one is not right. Oh, dude, it's messed up.
It's because the dude fucks the gremlin. Like they jumped the shark, man.
The President's Day, they purposely jumped the shark. That Joe Dante, that was his F-U to Hollywood. That was
guy fucked the gremlin, dude, and she had lipstick on. Like what?
Everybody rewatch Gremlins 2 and tell me that's not an F-U to Hollywood. Okay. At one point, the footage thing was breaking and Hulk Hogan shows up. I mean,
dude, I forgot he was in there.
It's the
Gremlins 2 is great.
I kind of feel like I need to
watch the smart gremlin when he's on like QVC or on TV and he's telling people to invest in shotguns and canned goods.
And then they actually killed the critic who actually shitted on the first Gremlins movie. That was a joke they had in the movie. The critic that gets killed is the guy he hated the first Gremlins movie. I thought that was so funny. That movie was just acid. But all right, so let's go down. Wonderful Life I was saving to last. Okay,
I hate that movie.
Dude is convinced to give life a second go because an angel selfishly wanted wings. That's just how I feel about the movie. Okay, because
I don't disagree with that synopsis. That makes sense.
He wanted wings. It could have been any poor schlupp. He didn't do it out of the kindness of his heart. He was like, I want wings. That guy's about to jump. We align. You know what I mean? That's all happened.
He was forced to go down. He didn't want to go down.
Okay, I hate this movie, so I might be blind.
A lot of this is contradictory to a certain book we all know about. Anyways, continue, Jesse.
Listen, I have hate rage for this movie, so I know
it's like this and Miracle on 34th Street. I'm sorry, I hate both of those movies. Yeah.
So Darth, you said the magic words. It's a Wonderful Life. Is this a Christmas movie? Such a great idea because this movie was kind of forced down our throats and played during Christmas because they didn't have the copyrights for it, so they were able to do it for free, and it's de facto because Christmas is the last, maybe half hour's Christmas. And then the first 4 hours is this guy trying to get laid, married, and then loses the town's money irresponsibly.
Loses the town's money. I love it.
So it's a question. Okay. Look, I know
I love this movie. So I will.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to shit on it, Darth. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
I didn't know it was your favorite.
This is America. We can shit on movies all the time.
But like,
yeah, that's why I said I was
nice,
biased.
you know?
That's why I said it was biased. I don't like this movie, but I'm biased.
I don't either.
Yeah, but Darth. So walk us through it. Would you say this hits the Christmas theme for you?
No.
No,
I don't.
Interesting. Dig into that.
It does happen at Christmas,
Okay.
but to me, the spirit of Christmas is not through this movie. This is a story about a guy down on his luck, takes the weight of the world on his shoulders, and realizes that it can be a lot worse without him. And he comes and realizes that actually his life really isn't that bad.
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone in town gives him money. God, I love the end of that. Just give me more money. Guys, life is tough for me. You just give me money. I'll put my Venmo in the chat.
Nice. Well, I have a follow-up question, Darth. So how does It's a Wonderful Life differ from It's a Christmas Carol? Now, I'm not talking about scene for scene, like for like, just the concept, because to me they are very similar, and I'm curious if you look at them the same or differently than I do.
So Christmas Carol, that he's visited by ghosts of Christmas future past.
I know, like I said, I specifically made a comment about not going that.
Well, you can't tell me to compare and contrast something and not let me go over the fact that all of the presents, pasts, and futures happen at Christmas. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
He is there. Scrooge is not seeing the kindness of man, and where Christmas is supposed to be time of family, time with everything, he's not doing it. He's being just a bastard and making all his people work on Christmas Day instead of being home with their family. He has no one to love. No one's out there looking out for him or caring about him, and he's just distraught. And then the ghosts show him, you used to be good, and there used to be people that really liked you, and in the present, people still like you. They might not, or they still think about you. They might not like you, but they think about you. And in the future, if you keep going this route, you're going to die alone, and no one's going to care about you.
Yeah.
So to me, that is more of a Christmas theme and a Christmas idea, because they're utilizing the fact that everyone's together for Christmas and showing the Christmas cheer, and that's what brings the people together.
I think what's so
I agree with you.
I agree with you, because I think what's so interesting about the Christmas Carol is also how it can easily not be a Christmas thing.
That's what I was literally going to ask.
But based on what I said earlier, because the story actively subverts something in the Christmas theme, it makes it a Christmas story. But if you were to take the theme away from it, that's an interesting realm, because like I said, you got Ghosts of Girlfriend's Past, you got a bunch of movies that play on the whole three ghosts. Because to me, I read this book. It's so weird when you read this book how much of a ghost story this is, more than anything else. Because the first lines in the book are, Marley was dead, and Marley was always dead to begin with. It's such an interesting thing. But this one, I feel, Christmas Carol, this one is, it could fall either way, because it fulfills every rule that Darth said, and then it also fulfills every rule that you said as well of what makes a movie Christmas and not Christmas. It's a very fascinating thing, and I think because this is such a timeless tale in which everything duplicates it, but nothing was like it before. Does that make sense? Like, what was like Christmas Carol before Christmas Carol?
Yeah, I think I get what you're saying, and I think that's more or less kind of what I was trying to bring to light was that if you remove Christmas from A Christmas Carol, are you more closer to It's a Wonderful Life, or are you still closer to A Christmas Carol, even though you've removed Christmas from A Christmas Carol?
With it, I still wouldn't put the two together.
Oh, okay. Of course.
Because a Christmas, It's a Wonderful Life is showing a lot of it they don't take them back to the past to show how things happened and how
Okay,
things were
I got
bad.
you. Okay,
It's
okay.
you in the movie you saw all of his history and saw all the deeds that he did that he didn't see were good deeds and helped people out, and he just thought it was the world shitting on him.
Yeah.
And then when he meets the angel, they are just like, okay, we're not going to go back in time. We're not going to go future in time. We're going to go the present. And how shitty the present would be if you were never born.
Yeah.
Now,
Okay.
Ghost of Girlfriend's Past or A Christmas Carol or anything like that, they still go back into the past. They still stay in the present. They go into the future. And they show things how they kind of are.
Gotcha.
And
I agree with that.
It's
Oh,
more
yeah,
of a he sees the world shitting on him, but it isn't.
Now,
Real quick before we jump topics, favorite version of A Christmas Carol, go.
Scrooged.
Ooh.
I love Scrooged, and it also goes back to the corporatization of Christmas.
Yes.
Where it's all about money. It's about
Just
this whole thing. They're doing the Christmas cheer just for money.
All about
Putting
the
on
money.
all this stuff. And one of my favorite things in the whole thing is where they wanted little mouse with antlers on them. They couldn't get them to stick. So Bill Murray just says, staple them on.
Jesse, what's yours?
Muppets.
Nice. Good pick.
Ironically, I feel like that's the closest it's ever been to the book in certain elements. Just because, and here's the thing.
Okay.
Muppets has the ability to be that close because they're parodying actual lines from the book and stuff like that. So they're subverting a lot of it. But also, I feel like for once it made me feel bad for Scrooge. Like I never really feel that bad for Scrooge. Now Scrooge is different because it's Bill Murray and it's like that. And I'm talking about like a straight adaptation, kind of like that. But because like Bill Murray's character, I feel bad for him. But like an actual Scrooge character, I felt bad for the like. I remember watching the George C. Scott. Didn't really give a shit. Patrick Stewart.
See, that's what I feel like is better because I like the Jacob Marley in that one better, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's personal opinion. I love the Muppets one.
Yeah, but that's how I feel. But what's your favorite?
Mine is actually Mickey's Christmas Carol, the animated Christmas Carol. It's condensed a little bit, so it's definitely takes liberties, leaves things out. So it's not 100% booky. But I have watched that since I was a kid. This is really going to date me. But, back in the VHS era, kids, and when, like, cable TV was a big thing, there was this thing called the Disney Channel, and you were somebody if you had that. Well, for the time that we didn't have cable, my grandma recorded Mickey's Christmas Carol off the Disney Channel for us. I mean, super young, right? I mean, I'm 42, so this is probably mid 80s, I think, whenever it came out. And there were also two other, I guess, Christmas themed stories. There was Donald fighting Huey, Dewey, and Louie in a snowball fight, and then Mickey decorating the Christmas tree with Pluto, Chip and Dale are inside, hijinks ensue. I've been watching that since I was just a wee little kid, and it's always stuck with me. So that's my favorite one, and then George C. Scott 84 version is my second favorite.
Sorry, there's a dog outside. Someone's on their territory.
Hey, ask Sarah what her favorite version is. I heard her back there.
Favorite version of the Christmas Carol, huh? She doesn't like.
Oh, she has to pick one.
Pick one. Come on, think about it.
Isn't there a Flintstones one?
There's a Flintstones one. She likes a Flintstones one.
Is there for real?
Yep.
I remember watching it when I was like 10 with my dad.
Which one?
Flintstones.
Dude, there is a Flintstones Christmas Carol from 1994.
I remember watching that. I
didn't see this, but wow.
Thank God for Boomerang.
So that was a thing, guys. That was a thing. Wow.
Hold on. Shane's asking, what's the dog doing? Oh, there's a dog that runs onto our property because the next door neighbors are irresponsible about their dog. And our dogs just want to protect us. Okay. we're okay. We're all good. Anyways, hijinks ensues indeed. Okay, so because we're running closer to the end of time, I want to run through a few Christmas movies that the comments section threw out for us.
Oh yeah. There were some good ones.
Okay, so here was so Scrooge was S tier. Looks like we all love that one. That was great. We love that. Definitely a fun Christmas movie. Here's one that's recently new. Spirited. I'm not sure if you guys have seen that yet.
I have not seen that yet.
This one
good
subverts
recommendation.
the Christmas Carol story in a very interesting way.
How so?
I don't want to tell you because it's gonna.
Is it a
It's a
spoiler?
plot. It's kind of a plot twist. It's kind of a plot twist. But what I can tell you about it is that people. So basically, the whole being the three ghosts thing. It's a business that they're all trying to help multiple Scrooges around the world at all times. So that's what I'll tell you.
I read a non-spoiler tagline of it, and I'm interested.
Yeah, it's Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell.
I'm in.
Casey says don't ruin it. No, I
in.
won't ruin it. But I think if you're smart, you'll figure out what we're trying to tell you.
Oh, dude, Octavia Spencer's in it? Yeah, man, I'm down. I'll watch it.
All right. Well, Batman Returns, we kind of already hit on that. I think it's a Batman movie. Darth, would you say it was not?
I don't know.
Well, let's talk through it. And Shane, if you're still watching, chime in too. So, Darth, what do you mean you don't know? You don't have an opinion on this?
Dude, it's been years since I've seen this movie.
You haven't seen it enough to be able to discuss it.
Honestly, I can't.
I feel like I've seen Batman Returns enough to be able to speak to it. That's interesting.
No, that was one of the ones I just did not. I did not enjoy Batman Returns.
Let's do a side 1 minute,
fine.
60 seconds. What? And I'm very interested in this. What was it about Batman Returns that you were like, nope?
It didn't deal enough with Batman. It was more of a villain story. And growing up, I wanted more Batman in my stories.
Okay.
I just didn't like it. And Danny DeVito is gross.
He was very gross, dude.
Very gross.
French liver trick or whatever he did. Yeah.
So it's just one of those movies that it turned me off. And if I have a choice of watching a Batman movie, that's very low on my list.
I mean, I could definitely see it.
I'll watch the Kilmer Batman Forever one before I watch Batman Returns.
Batman Forever is not.
It's good.
It's not like unforgivably terrible. Like there are It's like Superman 3. There's redeeming qualities to it. Yeah. Anyways, let's go back to Batman Returns as a Christmas movie. So Jesse, let's go into why you and I are saying Batman Returns is a Christmas movie.
Because it actually says the one quote that Darth said earlier: "Goodwill to all men and women." At the very end, I always thought that was kind of nice. It had like a little Christmassy kind of ending to it. The whole mistletoe. I like that it subverted this whole. It actively brought the themes of Christmas into the plot, even though it didn't fit. Like so whether it fits or not, that's the debate. But I like the whole line where it's like, mistletoe is deadly. It's even deadlier with a kiss, or something like that. The whole going, the gifts, the tree, the killing the Christmas princess, stuff like that. It actively brought in the Christmas season to the plot. So that's why I will give it a Christmas story more than Lethal Weapon, where Lethal Weapon did not bring in the Christmas into it.
Yeah, because in Batman, Alfred and Bruce Wayne, don't they say Merry Christmas to each other at the end when he gets the cat?
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, to me, if you're wishing each other a Merry Christmas on Christmas, that's probably a Christmas movie then.
Yeah, I mean, not so much that they say it. I mean, that ties it up. They'll tie it. But I think because there was those active themes that it was acting upon. And this is the part where I'll say it acted upon those themes more than Die Hard did. Like if I had to put a scale on acting upon stuff,
I will agree with you.
Goes out of its way to act upon those themes and subvert the whole Christmas idea and the whole idea that Christmas is this wonderful time that now we're going to see what it looks like when it takes place in Gotham and how horrible it is. And because it does that, it subverts it the same way Black Christmas subverts Black Christmas. And the
Yeah,
idea that Christmas is this wonderful time, but then you put this murderer that's murdering everybody, and that juxtaposition is what makes you go, huh. But like Lethal Weapon, it never plays on that juxtaposition. Like, and I love Lethal Weapon. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, no, I agree with this is amazing, Jesse. For the last 3 minutes, I've done nothing but agree with you.
Well, the show can finally end. This could be our series finale.
John finally agrees.
But shame, but yeah. But yeah, so
there was another one. There was another one brought up that we needed to touch on. That was shoot. Now I lost it. Oh, Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way. I'll call that a Christmas movie.
Yeah, Casey brought that up.
Yeah, that movie plays upon all my stress and anxiety of getting people gifts.
Yeah, and you don't even have kids, dude. You don't even know what it's like, man.
I have an Italian demanding family. I may not have kids, but I have people that act like kids. So checkmate.
It's pretty crazy. What did she say?
Back there.
What did she say?
She just laughed. She just laughed back there, and I know why she laughed. And she like, yeah, I've been married to her long enough, or I've known her long enough to know when she laughs, she doesn't have to tell me why she's laughing. I know why she's laughing. The thought shot in my head.
So yeah, I like Jingle All the Way. I think the whole subplot with Phil Hartman trying to steal his wife is absolutely hilarious. I very much like that Jake Lloyd is in it before Hollywood ruined him for literally something that wasn't his fault. And I like that we got the Turbo Man character invented in this. And I like to this day that sometimes on a random evening, you'll see somebody cosplaying Turbo Man at one of the more prominent comic conventions. So it's great that that's still getting carried on as well.
Yeah. No, I like
it.
Like,
no, it's great. And Sinbad is in it. Dude, I fucking love 90s Sinbad, man. And so it's great. It's all about Christmas. It's spirit of Christmas. It's things Christmas themed. It's Christmas messages, goodwill towards people messaging. It covers everything. It's all there in a mid-90s comedy.
All right, here's another movie brought to the list here. See what your guys' thoughts on it. Hold on a sec. Click it again. The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Santa is a main character in this fucking thing.
I never read the books or watched these movies.
He shows up and he gives them gifts. He like here's a sword. He just like gives them weapons.
Santa lives in Narnia. I mean, I understand they go in the closet and they're in Narnia. So Santa's in Narnia.
I somewhat remember Father Christmas or Père Noël being in there. I don't think in the movie they actually call him Santa Claus.
No, they don't. But like, if you know, I read
Father Christmas,
and he's in a sleigh and he gives gifts. It's the climactic battle is set during Christmas. John would hate these books because this guy, what was it? Him and C.S. Lewis and honey, who wrote Gold Compass?
What was everybody all pissed off about Gold Compass when it came out? What was all that about? I didn't even see that, but I remember.
Tap in, come here.
All right.
You just you awoken her. You got her off the. I'm gonna fuck off for a couple minutes.
Hello, Sarah. Talk to us about Narnia.
Not Narnia, because fuck.
Why were people all pissed off about Golden Compass?
Right. So there, just so you know, there's a faction between people who love Chronicles of Narnia and Gold Compass, and this will tickle your fancy, John.
First off, it's not called Golden Compass, and you know this, and it's disrespectful.
Sorry.
Whoa.
Okay, so it's called His Dark Materials. It's a trilogy. One of the main reasons why people got so upset about it is the author is a known atheist. And in the book series, the church is essentially the government, and it's patterned after the Catholic Church. And the Catholic Church is trying to find a way to erase original sin. And the way that they found that out is that, there's like way too much to explain.
There's dust.
Well, okay. So in
like, is this dust? What? Like, this is
crazy.
So
the original sin is called dust. And everybody in this world, they have what are called demons. So it's like you have an animal counterpart. And when you're a child, that animal counterpart doesn't have a specific animal form. It constantly changes. And then when you turn in, like once you hit puberty, it picks a final form. The Catholic Church starts running an experiment where they sever the bond between the child and the animal counterpart before they hit puberty. And by doing that, they think that it will cause a phenomenon where they will be able to get rid of dust. But the caveat is by severing that bond, they kill the child and the animal counterpart.
Wow.
Long story short, trying to figure out how you could be born without original sin, therefore kind of disproving God.
Pretty much. It's a really good trilogy. The main character is essentially kind of a metaphor for like the second coming of Eve. It's very good. It's very well written. If the author didn't make it known in all of his goddamn interviews that he was atheist, I don't think people would be as upset.
Yeah, I get that.
Basically, this book essentially was a big fuck you to Chronicles of Narnia. He literally made this book to go, bitch, please, here it is.
So much more.
Which was a Christmas movie or not a Christmas movie?
I would say a Christmas movie just because the guy was a hardcore Christian and literally it's also an Easter movie. The lion represented God. He was betrayed by a betrayer, killed, and resurrected.
Wow.
I think Chronicles of Narnia is such bullshit. That's just me. But His Dark Materials, it's a full series on HBO. It covers all 3 books. There is a sequel trilogy that is out. The 3rd book is coming out next year. Really good. 10 out of 10 recommend. Also, my mother would not let me read these books as a child, which is why I love them more now as an adult. And is why I fucking hate Chronicles of Narnia. And also, it's not Golden Compass. The first book is actually called Northern Lights. They changed it for America. I don't know why. It pisses me off. Everybody read His Dark Materials. I'm going to go back to my book.
Yank suck, go Sox. All right, anyway.
A whole episode about that, Justin. I got a lot of shit to say about what Sarah was talking about.
You would like it essentially. But anyways,
episode. So
here's a couple other Christmas. Here's another one. Just Friends. Pre-Deadpool's in love with 2000 It Girl Amy Smart during the holidays.
Oh, what happened to Amy Smart? She had to run and then just disappeared, man.
She did those Jason Statham crank movies and then gone.
Yeah.
So have you guys seen this movie?
I saw it.
I have.
I don't really remember a lot of it. Darth, what about you?
Also, Anna Faris is in it. And she's
Anna Faris, who's
okay.
gold in this.
Yeah.
I would say you can watch this during Christmas, but it's not really a Christmas movie.
No, it's a movie that takes place during Christmas.
I think here's a good indicator. If you could watch this movie in the summertime and it doesn't feel creepy, then it's not a Christmas movie. That's another indicator. Like if you're watching Rudolph in July and in like June, you're fucking creepy.
Oh man, Chris Pine's in this.
Yeah. Okay. Here's Family Man. Nick Cage yells, but then realizes he wants a family during the holidays.
Family Man is a classic retelling of It's a Wonderful Life.
That's what I thought it was.
Yes. So would you? Nope. Okay.
I said nope.
Right. All right. We didn't really answer this outright, but I think we kind of did. But let's just make sure we put a bow on it. Gremlins. Dad gives a dangerous gift to his son.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I would say it starts out as a Christmas movie, so then yes.
Yeah, it does. It does. And it also happens. It also takes place in Hill Valley. Little fun little tip.
Is that the name of the town though? I know they shot it at the same set, but I didn't know if they also named the town.
No. Here's another question. Would the movie be? Here's a question. Would the movie be the same instead of him giving his son this as a Christmas present, he gives it to him as a birthday present?
But is his does he have a Christmas birthday?
But I'm just saying are we saying it's a Christmas movie because it was just a Christmas present? Does it have the Christmas spirit to it?
That's why I'm trying to determine when his birthday is. Because if it's a Christmas birthday, then you can say it's still there. But if his birthday is in June, I see your argument. and I get what you're saying.
So this is one of those movies where it's iffy and it could go either way because it does subvert the holiday expectations of cheery, wonderful, and happy with blood and murder and stuff. But it could also do that with any holiday. So it's kind of one of those things. I think it goes right down the line. I think it's however you want to argue this movie, it's one of those ones. Because I could definitely argue it not being a Christmas movie. Because you could watch this in February and it not feel weird. You know what I mean? But it does have that Yuletide feel. You know what I mean? It does.
The Yuletide feel. Okay.
It's very tied up to it. So this one's could go either way because, like I said, it like Black Christmas, it subverts the holiday expectations of everything's really wonderful, everything's joyous. Look at this wonderful gift. Look at capitalism. Everything's wonderful. We got a great gift, and then it kills everybody. So I mean, I don't know. Darth, you say yes, no. What was it again?
Maybe.
I would say maybe for myself as well. John?
Which movie?
The Gremlins.
Oh, Gremlins Christmas. Absolutely.
Okay. Cool. We got some people faux show Christmas. Yeah. Agreed. Rudolph in June. What the fuck? Well, you can't get away with July because of Christmas in July. They actually did make a Rudolph July.
They did. And they did Rudolph Shining New Year as well. They did.
There you go.
Shining New Year is underrated. Go watch it. It's
good. I liked it. I don't care what anybody said about that one. I can't leave the show to Google, but for sure Gremlins is all Christmas theme. I'm 42 and I also don't remember all the details. Remember berries. Also. All right. Well, anyways, that's been all the time we've had for the show. I want to thank Darth. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. Always fun to have you on here.
Yes.
Always a pleasure, guys.
Especially when we argue.
Yeah. Those are the best shows. Like I said, conflict makes good shows. Casey, Shane, thank you guys so much for joining in and blowing up the comment section. Tom, thank you so much as well. I'm trying to look at everybody. Let's see. Michael, thank you so much. Always a good time. So here's the deal. I always say, regardless if the movie makes you feel like it's Christmas, put that son of a bitch on. All right. We may not agree. We may not agree if the movie's Christmas or not, but if it makes you feel like Christmas is on, that's the answer. So go enjoy it. Go watch it. Because I still watch certain movies. Like Lethal Weapon. Is it a Christmas movie? I could argue it not being a Christmas movie. But guess what? It's Christmas when Joshua goes down in the front yard. That's okay. So do what makes Christmas in your heart. And to quote Dickens, you should honor Christmas in your heart all year. So basically, it's an all year feeling. Showgirls. Hell yeah, let's watch that one.
That just reminded me of Orgasmo when when Joe tells his wife, he's like, "Don't quote Dickens in my house." I don't know when you said that, it just popped in my head.
I hope if anybody sees me quoting Dickens, please yell that line at me. Please do that.
Yeah, anyways, Orgasmo, go watch it. It's a fantastic film.
Great, very underrated movie. Anyways, that's all the time we got. Thank you guys so much. Tune in next week. We have more show for you. And keep an eye on our page. Like, subscribe, wherever you're watching. Follow our page for more fun stuff. And until next time, I'm Jesse.
I'm John.
You've been sitting at the Grown Ups table. Thank you, and have an awesome night, everybody. Take care.